Welcome in, welcome in. How's it going, everybody? It's finally Friday.
Woo.
We got some basketball going tonight. There's also some hockey if you're on SuperDraft Pro on the subscription side. So make sure that you get your lineups in, before 7 o'clock Eastern time. But yeah, we're gonna talk some basketball. If you're new in here, welcome. Like I said before, we're gonna be talking some SuperDraft Pro, NBA. What is it? It's GTD and cash games, right?
Yeah. Well, most people call them GPPs, so guaranteed prize pools. But on SuperDraft, it says GTD is guaranteed, like the money. So even if the contest doesn't end up filling, then it's still guaranteed payout for the top whatever it is.
Absolutely. And I guess we can get it started right away. It doesn't look like we have anybody in here yet, but
nope. Crickets.
Yeah, it is crickets this morning or this evening. I mean, if anybody is out in Minnesota, it's nasty. You got nasty weather out there too?
Oh, what you got over there?
Probably about 5 inches already. When I was driving home from work, it was like glare ice on the roads, and it was windy. So like, it didn't even matter how like safe you were driving. It was just blowing you. So you're just like doing this the whole time. Yeah. It's like, this is terrible.
Yeah. It's been cold here today. It started to snow a little bit after I left the gym, but it ain't really amounted to anything. But we'll probably get what you're getting pretty soon. So
yeah, it's been pretty nasty. Like it was so bad. I'm gonna see if I can get some invites out here quick.
Mm-hmm.
So anyways, how'd you do last night?
What was that last night? I can't remember.
I think I won like 6.
I remember last night. Last night wasn't good because I played Kessler Edwards and Duran Sharp in in the lineup I played. So it was the night before that was good. I'm like, who did I play again last night? Short memory. You have to have short memory when you're playing DFS sometimes.
Well, let's get into some of these lineups. Let's talk about some of the stuff that happened last night.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Let's talk about, we always get into our studs first. Always talking studs.
Yep. So last night, obviously, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, he was pretty awesome. It was a game that was actually competitive, or actually it was a blowout in the reverse for Oklahoma City Thunder, which you're not going to see too often. But he had 65.5 points, 81.88 after the multiplier. Then we had Giannis, who only has that one multiplier. That game was a blowout too, and he still got to 68.5 points. And James Harden at 64.75 with the one multiplier was definitely great as well. And then Jaren Jackson, he ended up with 60.41 there as well with 1.3 multiplier. So was pretty good yesterday. He had like 5 blocks, I believe, yesterday too. So
and Harden looked pretty good, coming off of that hyper extended knee, like they like to say. They're saying
fake knee.
Yeah, fake hyper extended. What's up, Antonio? Welcome in, brother. How are you doing today? Did you get your hockey lineup set? Make sure you did that because that starts also at 6 our time, so 7 Eastern.
Yep.
All right. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. Oh, people are starting to pile in now. Woo! Let's go.
Just had to say something. Yeah.
All right, let's get into these little dart throw darlings.
Yeah, so we had a lot of weird ones last night. John Concher for the Memphis Grizzlies, 43.75 points before the multiplier, 1.75 multiplier. He ended up with over 80 last night. He had 17 rebounds for a guy that's pretty much like a shooting guard, which he had one other good rebounding game earlier this year too, but it's just kind of random. Like there's no really rhyme or reason to like why that happened. So I don't think you can expect that once again. Bruce Brown, he was in that starting lineup. He got to 34.5 before the multiplier, 2 multipliers, so he got to 69. And then Paul Millsap off the bench coming, he hasn't played in like weeks pretty much. 31.5 points, 2 multiplier, you get to 63. And then Jose Alvarado, who barely plays too for the Pelicans. Yeah, he had 29 points yesterday with 2x multiplier, so he got to 58. So a lot of random ones yesterday. That doesn't include like Dennis Smith Jr. or Ben McLemore, who probably would have hit either way too, since I did this a little bit before that game got over.
Yeah, I mean, it's been crazy. Some of these two-time multipliers and 1.75. Some of these guys have been hitting. Like we hit with Lopez last night, and I think I'm still going to try it again. I'm going to try it again. Like line them up again.
But like some of these, like the ones last night, it was just like super, like I guess you could have got on Bruce Brown yesterday since he was in the starting lineup, but like Millsap hasn't played like 2 weeks. Alvarado barely plays at all. On contrary, like he's had 2 blow up games the whole year.
Yeah, I mean, this has been a lot of fun finding some of these guys, and like you coming up, you're like, all right, hey, so this guy might hit, and then boom, they freaking hit, and I'm like, oh, sweet, let's play this guy again. Don't chase those points.
Yeah, chase situations, opportunities, and minutes. Don't chase points.
Zeb says Rondo playing tonight. Hold him or drop.
Well, he's got a hamstring injury. He didn't play last game. He's still questionable tonight. I don't think he ends up playing. Let's see. I like Patty Mills, but he's been trash lately. Patty Mills has been pretty bad lately, and the games they have Kyrie, he comes off the bench, so it's just like, I don't know. So like Rondo, it just depends, like dropping, like who you'd end up picking up, because Rondo is going to be the backup point guard. He's going to be behind Garland. He's probably going to play like 20 minutes a game, so it's not like he's doing a lot for your team, anyways.
And then Zeb also says, I like Nets Patty Mills, but he been trash lately. Yeah, he has definitely been trash lately.
That's why I was saying. He started off the year shooting pretty good, but now that they have Kyrie back, at least on the road games, Patty Mills is just going to be garbage in the road games.
All right, let's see here. So let's see.
Some duds.
Yeah, the duds. It's such a bummer when you see this guy on the dud list. That whole team was
but like
a bunch of duds yesterday from that team.
Yeah, so that's like what I mentioned. That's what I mentioned, like with Curry yesterday, is because he's got that 1x multiplier. So like he'll have he can go for 70 points, but he like his bad games, his floor is so much lower than other people when he has his bad games because he's more shooting dependent than other like superstars. He's not getting as many rebounds and assists and steals and blocks and stuff like that. He's a lot more scoring dependent. So when he only has a bad game, he gets you 31 points like you see here last night. And then John Morant was at 35.5, 1x or 1.1 multiplier. You got the 39.05. But those were like really the only two that fit into our criteria, the 1.35 multiplier or lower. And then, like under 46 points essentially. But I guess Nikola Jokic was in there too. Just made the list before that game got over. But that game was a massive blowout too. So if he plays his normal minutes, he doesn't lose 8 minutes at the end of the game, he would have been fine.
You just made the list. Zeb said lunch lady and Draymond Green need to come back.
Yeah, lunch lady.
So
yeah.
I got to see a picture of this guy now.
Hold on.
That's it. Stay with Rondo or drop for Gordon.
Not for Gordon. Like that, it's not really an upgrade. So, like, I don't hate it, but like you're trading one guy for another guy that's pretty much the same.
So here's the initial look from kind of last night into this morning. We're going to get into some of these players, and then obviously I know you always have extra players throughout the day that kind of come in and out. Obviously with injuries and COVID stuff, there's always, players that come in and out, and potential players that could, be our dart throws too. So let's go through some of these players. And if you got injuries, you can talk about injuries first. I'm all for it.
Yeah. So I'll go look at the injuries real quick because we keep getting new news with injuries too. So the Raptors, Gary Trent's out once again tonight. Scotty Barnes still listed as questionable. We'll see if he ends up playing or not. He's a game time decision at this point in time. The Pistons are essentially what they've been. The Suns, Cam Johnson was ruled out now, but he was coming off the bench anyways with Jay Crowder back. Malcolm Brogdon being out for the Pacers is a big one. So Karis LeVert looks a little bit better, but his multiplier is not as high as I like it to be. I'd like it to be a little bit higher, but he's still definitely in play without Brogdon, especially if he starts and he's like the de facto point guard in the starting lineup. If they don't start like another like pure point guard at least. And then let's see, we got the Celtics who are without Marcus Smart. So Dennis Schroeder looks pretty good once again. So he's not on the initial look, but was added later to my list. The 76ers pretty much the same. We got the starting lineup already for the Magic, which is Cole Anthony, Gary Harris, Franz Wagner, Chuma Okeke, and Robin Lopez. So Robin Lopez is starting once again. He's going to be a dart throw. And, Mo Bamba and Wendell Carter both out once again. They did get Jalen Suggs back tonight, but he is not in that starting lineup. So I expect his minutes to be pretty limited. I wouldn't expect him to be more than probably over 24 minutes tonight since he's not starting. Let's see. Hold on. We got the Golden State lineup too as well. So that was Steph Curry. Jordan Poole's starting at the 2 guard because Klay Thompson's out tonight for rest. Gary Payton's injured. So Jordan Poole, definitely somebody you could look at tonight. Andrew Wiggins. And then Otto Porter Jr. is starting at power forward tonight. So that's kind of interesting. Makes him look a little bit better, but I still wish his multiplier was a little bit higher. And then Kevon Looney at center once again. Then let's see. The Bulls did end up losing Derrick Jones Jr. Don't really think that makes too big a difference on SuperDraft at least. Then let's see. The Hawks, Kevin Huerter is questionable at this point in time. Clint Capella is still out. Miami Heat, Jimmy Butler still listed as questionable, so we'll see whether or not he plays tonight or not. That's going to be a big difference. Let's see. Isaac Okoro was upgraded to questionable earlier today for Cleveland, but not anybody you really want to play in DFS. Rondo's still listed as questionable. If he doesn't play, Darius Garland looks a lot better. Let's see, the Spurs are still without Derek White, and then the Kings are without Tristan Thompson, Damon Jones once again, and then Rashawn Holmes listed as questionable. We'll see if he ends up playing tonight or not. If he doesn't, then maybe they start Metu at center again. He actually played pretty well in 22 minutes last time out, so definitely could be interesting there. And then Dallas Mavericks, Kristaps Porzingis still out, and then the big one for the Grizzlies is just Steven Adams being back today.
Zeb said Adams is back from protocols. He said he's good to go tonight.
Yep, he's back. So it makes Jaren Jackson look a little bit worse.
Yeah. I'm definitely not firing him up. I thought about it a couple times earlier today. Zeb says, what you think about Claxton on the Nets? I've been holding him. He said 9 category?
Yep.
What does that mean?
It means there's 9 different scoring categories. So like points, blocks, rebounds, assists.
Okay. I understand.
Steals, probably like field goal percentage, sometimes free throw percentage, sometimes 3-point percentage, sometimes 3-pointers made. Yeah. So it just really depends, I guess, who's out there on the market too, or like, on waivers, because he should be the starting center most of the time for the Nets, but he's dealing with that hamstring injury. I kind of mentioned this yesterday. I think he's probably going to end up missing a week or so, but he did end up missing 2-3 weeks at the beginning of the year with a weird illness that he has been dealing with too. So, if you got somebody out there that you're dying to add, then you can pick him up and drop Claxton. But if you're not, you might as well just keep him.
Then Brazy Brady, what's up, brother? Welcome in. He said rolling with the Mavs at -1.5 and Bulls at -1.5. He said liking the Heat at -1.5 as well for a toss-in parlay.
Yeah, so those are pretty close lines though too.
Zeb says Aubrey from the Hornets. He said been out for a while. When is he coming back? I like him.
Yeah, so he's been out he's only been out 2 or 3 games for COVID, so he should be back probably the next week, I would assume. I mean, he could be back by their next game, whenever that is. But yeah, he's only missed 2 games so far, and then he'll miss tonight will be the 3rd one. So he should be back their next game or early next week, I would assume, with COVID.
You're saying not much in the waivers, so he's probably gonna hold on to Claxton.
Yeah, probably just hold then. Because I mean, like Bagley's had some okay games, but he's gonna get traded before the trade deadline at some point too, and probably end up in a worse situation where he's not starting. Like they're trying to play him now so they can trade him for something.
What we're gonna have to do is as we get closer to next year, we're gonna have to set up we'll have to do it. So fantasy basketball, I done it one time, and like the amount of time it takes. I mean, I'd be down to just at least get one of them for our channel, and then figure out a way we could get people involved somehow.
Yeah.
It'd be a lot of fun.
And there's different ways. They got Sleepers got some good platforms, I've heard, at least. So you can obviously do a best ball like you can do with football, and then just have it all at the end of the year. And then they do have one where it's like it's not really a best ball, but it's like pseudo best ball because it just takes like your guys' 3 best performances from the week or whatever, and then compiles them.
I think a best ball would be sweet, but you should be allowed to do waivers at least,
Yeah. No, there's something like that on Sleeper, but it takes like the 3 best performances that like that player had on any given week. So it's not like lopsided if like one guy plays 4 or 5 games in one week.
Yeah, I think it'd be a lot of fun. At least you just get one listener league. That'd be pretty dope.
Yep. So I see Zeb come up there too, thinking to hold. So Pacers Duarte might have more playing time after the trade deadline. I think Servotis gets traded. I don't know what the Pacers are going to do at this point, honestly. They're like in this weird situation where they're not really good, but they're not really bad. Like, you think they'd want to keep Sabonis long term. It always seems like Miles Turner's the one that's on the trading block but never gets traded. So, but there's rumors they might trade Sabonis. And just there's rumors like anybody could on that team could get traded. So it's just kind of hard. But like, probably worth holding to just in case like somebody gets traded, whether it's Brogdon, Levert, Sabonis, Turner. Like, there could be more minutes opening up somewhere, you know. Plus, you know, he's a rookie. He's played reasonably well, at least early on in the year. So they'll probably want to see what he does, especially if the team's not competitive and towards the playoff time.
Brady said he's surprisingly he's been hitting everything he's played yesterday. Hopefully he can continue with winning day to day. And the goal is here soon, eventually, that we're going to be doing a lot more of this stuff too, talking bets, talking parlays, talking prop bets, talking all that stuff. That's the goal eventually here, to where we can make the show a little bit longer, to where we can talk about that stuff too before we talk about, you know.
So Jeremy Lamb just got ruled out for the Pacers now too. I didn't expect him to play big minutes, but there's a couple extra minutes to go around. I don't know if they put anybody in the rotation in his spot, or if they just play like guys like Justin Holiday and Torrey Craig a couple extra minutes probably.
What's up, David? All right, let's get into some players here. Let's get into the guards.
Hold on real quick.
And I'm for sure, I'm playing Tyler Hero. He's been, he's actually shown that his been consistent over the last couple games. So I mean,
well, I think he's going to depend a lot too if Jimmy Butler plays or not, because we really haven't heard a lean on Jimmy Butler. He's been out for a while. He's been dealing with that ankle. Like, if he doesn't play, Tyler Hero looks a lot better. If he does play, then there's obviously less usage to go around anytime Jimmy Butler's on the court. But overall, he's a guy that's in play. Steph Curry, he had the dud game last night, but he could come out and bounce back right away. Like, it's Steph Curry. You're not like afraid of him. And his multiplier did go up by 0.05.
Yeah.
DeJounte Murray at 1.1. We saw what he did the last time out. He's capable of doing that on any given night, essentially. So definitely somebody that has a lot of interest once again. And then
Ja, I'm actually fading Ja for a little bit.
I'm not.
I was thinking about doing it yesterday too. There was something I was listening to, can't remember, but definitely I was thinking about fading Ja yesterday, and it would have been a smart move. But
yeah, but I mean, like, he only played 32 minutes yesterday. He played 37 tonight, or the game before. So if he's playing 36, 37 minutes, he's going to pay off like 9 out of 10 times. So that's just kind of the way I look at it, at least. But then last night it was just 32 minutes for whatever reason, or that game was kind of weird anyways, though. Then
very high scoring game.
Yeah.
They whooped on the Timberwolves by like 10?
Yeah, I don't even remember exactly.
I think it was 116 to 107 or something like that.
116 to 107. So the game hit the under.
118 or 116 to something close like that.
So when I said the game was going to go under, it did.
You're right, it did.
Just 231 is a lot of points.
Yeah, you're right. It is, but
and they weren't playing the Rockets anymore. Let's see where we got a little sidetracked there. So Kyle Anthony at 1.3 looks pretty good. Obviously, Jalen Suggs is back, but him coming off the bench makes these starting guys still look good. Whether it's a Cole Anthony, a Franz Wagner, somebody like that. Probably not touching Gary Harris at 1.8, but that's Gary Harris. Then we have Desmond Bain down there at 1.45. If he shoots the ball well, if he's scoring pretty well, then if he gets a couple steals in there, definitely could pay off as well.
Let's see what we got in here. Zeb. So John from Memphis says that was a turd yesterday. Bounce back tonight?
Well, two games ago, he was really good, but he made like 5 3-pointers. He had a ton of assists in limited minutes. So it's just like, if he's going to be super effective, like if he's just super efficient one game, he's going to look good. But most games, he's going to not be a very good play, especially at 1.75, because most games he's going to get you like 24 points, and then you take the 1.75 and you're right around 40 points. So that's usually not a guy that you want to play unless it's unless Ja's out or something like that. Then I will list too, just because I threw these guys on later on, or this morning at least. Dennis Schroeder at 1.65 and Jordan Poole at 1.65 as well. Obviously, Dennis Schroeder starting in place of Marcus Smart and Jordan Poole starting in place of Klay Thompson.
I think in one of our lineups we might have to do both. Maybe play both of those guys in just one of each of the lineups and just see what happens.
The hardest part is just that Jordan Poole has not been good since he's came back from COVID. He's been very limited minutes wise and stuff too. Like he could come out and have a good game, but even that one game we were kind of counting on him, and then he went 3 for 14 too. So
I said maybe the same thing, Zeb. I said the same thing today.
Yeah. So I like Wagner looks fine, but he's not like a great play. He played better last time out, which is nice to see because he was dealing with an ankle injury for about 3 games before that. So it seems like his ankle's doing better as well. But the fact that Jalen Suggs is back tonight, Cole Anthony's still going to get his usage. Wagner's a guy that really has to score on any given night. If he doesn't score, then he's probably not helping you out. But if it was like a 1.65, his multiplier look a little bit better. He's just a guy that projects for about 30 points. You take it times 1.6, you get to 48. He's a guy that's like in play, but not like the greatest play, at least.
Franz.
The German.
Yeah, straight German.
Yep. Him and his brother on the same team, too. So when we get over to the forwards, we got Domantas Sabonis at 1.15. Obviously, Malcolm Brogdon's not playing tonight, but Karis LeVert is. So he looks better when both guys are out, but at least having Brogdon out helps him out just a little bit. It's not as big a boost as you think for Sabonis. It actually boosts his Turner and LeVert more, but it kind of is what it is there. Plus, like last game, he only played 17 minutes, or Brogdon played 17 minutes, excuse me. Then, obviously, we got Jason Tatum. We got Jaylen Brown once again. They got the same multipliers as they've had for a long, long time now. Jaylen Brown in the month of January is actually averaging 29 real-life points. So he's playing really well, scoring the ball at least. So, those guys you can kind of flip and flop back and forth like we already talked about, like millions and millions of times it feels like. You put one in one lineup, one in the other lineup, and then you kind of have a little bit of traction towards both. Actually, both played off the last time, which doesn't usually happen, though. Then we have Pascal Siakam at 1.2. He's just a guy I like because he's like super safe. Because like his floor is like 48 points, his upside is like over 70. So like the only way he doesn't pay off is like if he gets in foul trouble or he gets hurt. So it's pretty safe. Like there's not many ways he can go wrong. Like he should have a higher multiplier than 1.2 for sure at this point in time. Christian Wood at 1.25, going against the Kings, potentially some backup centers in there as well. Favors him a little bit. Excuse me. Obviously
Go ahead.
Obviously the Rockets couldn't get blown out on any night, but they're playing the Kings, who are they're almost equally as bad, but the Kings are slightly better than the Rockets, at least in terms of talent on their team. Do you want to say something else too?
I was just gonna say, we were talking earlier, and those are the two guys that I kind of got my eyes on is, Siakam and Wood.
Yeah, it's just like when you come down to that, like the multiplier is only a 0.05 difference. Like if it was higher, then I think Wood and Siakam would be closer. But like for me, Siakam's he's got the safer floor, and he's got the higher floor, he's got the higher ceiling. So it's just like it's hard to play Wood over him. And I don't think the ownership's going to be like that drastically different that it's going to like warrant that, like just playing it to get different either. And you can definitely play both guys. Like, I don't think it's like a super, super strong forward slate, or there's not like, I like these guys, but I'm not like in love with any forwards today. Let's just put it that way.
I think I did tell you earlier, I said I have like 2 of the exact same lineups, and I wanted to try this and just see what happened. And then I just put one Siakam in one, and then I just put Wood in one. And I just wanted to see, see the results and just see what happened. It's $1. Come on. We'll find out. It's a good experiment. It's worth it. Please it.
Well, then it's like even on any given night, it's like, well, he like Siakam could hit his floor at 48, and then Christian Wood goes out and scores 50 at 1.25. Then like he looks better on that night. But the more times you play it out, Siakam is going to be the better play. But anything can happen on any given night too, for the most part.
I can take extra in the building. What's up? He says, "Yo, guys, what's up, brother?"
So Jaren Jackson at 1.35. I don't like him quite as much now. Like obviously he's been playing very, very well, but Steven Adams coming back limits him just a little bit. Like he's not going to get as many rebounds now just because Adams is going to like. Adams isn't like a guy that you want to play yourself, but just him being out there on the court like hurts everybody else. He's not a bad NBA player. He's just a guy there. So let's see. Then we had Gordon Hayward, who had the crazy game last time where he shot 13 out of 16. Don't expect him to do that once again, but most of the time he's going to get you around 30. If you get a little bit above that, then he's probably going to be more towards 50 once again. But if you have the upside game, like we saw the last time, could definitely pay off. He's not a bad guy to take a gamble on. I don't think he's going to be like super highly owned or anything like that, though, just because it's like Gordon Hayward doesn't get most people excited. There'll be some people that chase it, though, but not too many.
Yeah, he doesn't excite me.
Yeah, and then Franz Wagner, we already talked about a little bit about at 1.6. He's just kind of like that middle guy, like just depends on like what the rest of your lineup is. He has a little bit of upside if he's scoring the ball well, but if he's not, then he's probably not a guy that helps out your team overall.
Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown tonight. You guys like? He wants to know if you like it both. Would you play them both in the same lineup?
I mean, typically I put one in one lineup and one in the other, and just kind of build pretty similar. Otherwise, that's just the way I've been doing it for the most part. Let's see who they play again. They play the 76ers. God, I feel like I like Jaylen Brown better tonight though, because Thibault they're probably gonna put Thibault on Tatum, and Thibault is one of the best defensive players in the league. Like defense doesn't matter as much in the NBA, but like if you're still putting like one of the top defensive guys in the league on one of them, it's probably going to be Tatum more often than Brown. So
I agree.
But I mean, like Tatum's big enough where he can kind of bully Thibault a little bit because Thibault's not like as strong as Tatum is either. So, like, it's not that big of a difference to me, honestly. But
I mean, yeah, it's only a 0.05. The multiplier is only 0.05 difference. So
yeah. I would lean, but I would lean Jaylen Brown more times than not. Like if you said you had 10 lineups and you had to choose one of those two guys for each spot, I might put like Jaylen Brown in 6 and Tatum in 4 or something like that.
I like Jaylen. He's a beast. One of my favorites on that team.
Even like I was saying, he's averaging like 29 points of real life points a game in January, so he's shooting the ball well at least.
And then Second Take Extra says thoughts on Trae Young.
God, who they play again? The Hawks have been terrible lately. They play the Heat. Like it could be a good Trae Young game. He's just got to shoot the ball right. Like if Trae makes his shots, it'll be fine. If he doesn't make his shots, he'll probably be terrible again.
So Joel gets 30 tonight. I think he breaks the 76ers record.
Yeah.
Lead.
Because it'd be like his 7th straight game or something like that with 30 points.
Yeah. I was listening to a show today and they were talking about like he's just been
I think it's 7. I think he's at 6 right now. Jason Tatum gets 20 tonight probably. Like even if Thibault's guarding him, he should still be able to get 20. Let's see. Where was I at? Because I saw a couple of other starting lineups that came in here too.
Any other forwards? Yeah. Did you have any other forwards that were on your lineups?
I don't believe so. I think forwards pretty much stayed the same. I threw OG and Anunoby on there just at 1.35 because he's a guy like I might mix in a little bit, but it really just depends on that Scotty Barnes news, which I still don't think we have. We had the Suns starting lineup of Chris Paul, Devin Booker, Mikal Bridges, Jay Crowder, and DeAndre Ayton. And then the 76ers one is pretty standard with Tyrese Maxey, Seth Curry, Matisse Thybulle, Tobias Harris, and Joel Embiid. So those two are very standard, no changes or like surprises at least.
And go ahead. If you got some lineups, throw them out there.
Yeah, those were just the two more that came out already because I talked about the two when we went through the injuries. But yeah, that's pretty much it for right now.
You want to get into some centers?
Yep.
Let's do it.
So,
and I got Joel Embiid. I'm firing, even though he had just a bummy ass game. I mean, it wasn't like he didn't do well. It was just like for SuperDraft Pro, he didn't do well.
No, so he scored 30 or 31 real life points. He only had like 6 rebounds and then he had like 6 turnovers. So
yeah, that hurts.
Like he didn't get as many rebounds as he usually does. That's like the only thing. Like And he's kind of hit or miss against Boston. Like, I still playing him a lot in DFS tonight, whether it's SuperDraft, whether it's DraftKings or FanDuel. Like, I'm still getting a lot of Joel Embiid, but sometimes he doesn't play the best against Boston for whatever reason. And every once in a while, they literally signed Cantor just to play against him, to be a big physical body. I think he does well against Robert Williams, but a couple minutes of the game that Cantor's in there against him, like, Cantor's not even a good defensive player, but whatever reason, like, Cantor just like gets in Embiid's head. I don't know why. It's so weird. Well, I guess technically he's Ennis Freedom now. He changed his last name to Freedom after he became an American citizen. But
yeah,
because he was from Turkey, and Turkey's got the corrupt leadership and all that other stuff, without getting too political and all this other stuff. But yeah, we'll get back to basketball real quick. So Embiid's there, it's a hit or miss whether he goes off or not against Boston, honestly. But we're gonna need.
This is something that I also heard, and I thought it was a really good stat, was that, or I don't know if it's really a stat, but he does really, 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 really well against Boston, like really well.
He's really hit or miss against Boston, so he'll either be like, he's either going to go out and score like 70 super draft points, or he's going to score like 33. Like, it just depends. Like, if they play Cantor a ton against him and Cantor gets in his head, like, because he did that. Cantor got in his head in the playoffs the one year.
Over under really 65 points tonight on SuperDraft.
Yeah, over under.
Over.
I mean,
I'm taking the over.
That's so tight. I think it'd probably be under, but I wouldn't be surprised if it was like 63. Then we got Nikolai Vucevic at 1.15.
Oh no.
Butler's back.
I want to play hero.
I mean, he can still play hero, but it might cap his upside. Yeah, Scotty's playing. Yeah, I don't like that. But yeah, don't play Scotty Barnes. You think Cantor can hold Joel to 30 or under? Probably not. Probably not. Because Cantor's probably only going to play like 20 minutes anyways. But every once in a while, like, there was just that one playoff series where he got in his head like crazy. But I don't know. It's so the Boston starting lineup is Dennis Schroeder, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, Al Horford, and Robert Williams. So there's no surprises there either. Let me check that Jimmy one out, see if they updated on here yet. They haven't updated on here yet, but let's see. So we were on Nikolai Vucevic at 1.15. Looks pretty good. He's good regardless, but going against Golden State, who's not the biggest team in the world, he could have a nice game as well. And then Jakob Poeltl at 1.1 or at 1.5. He's just always on this list, because if he has that like big game, then he's probably the guy you want. If he doesn't, then he's just the guy that doesn't kill you. And then Isaiah Stewart, I put on there too as well. He played 28 minutes last time out. He has some upside at 1.65. So not a guy I'd probably get a ton of, but like, if you're playing 100 lineups, I wouldn't be surprised if you end up with like 6 of them.
Yeah, I mean, I like that Poeltl call.
He's just the guy. He gets you 31 points most of the time, but sometimes he gets you more. If he gets you more, you're happy. If he doesn't, then like, he just doesn't. He's safe. Like, he's never going to kill you unless he gets in foul trouble. But then it's like 20% of the time he really helps you. Like, I don't know. He's a guy that's a lot better on salary-based sites, just because his salary is always fairly priced.
All right, let's get into some of these dart throw darlings for tonight.
Yep. So let's see.
I'm
going to bring my notes up too, just because I think there may be a couple other ones too that I added throughout the day. So DeAndre Hunter returned last time out. He has a 1.8 multiplier. He's been a major disappointment in real life for basketball. Like, he's never gotten better since he was coming out of Virginia, really. So like, if you're just betting on him playing decent minutes and getting some steals, some blocks, and making a couple shots and hopefully paying off, but he's not like a guy I'm super excited about. Bryn Forbes, they got some of them other guys back, but if he gets in the game, he gets hot shooting, then he's going to stay in the game. So you're just kind of betting on him having a hot shooting night once again. I did add Devin Vassell throughout the day as well. He came back last time out. If he's in the starting lineup, he could be kind of interesting. And he's a 1.75 multiplier. So we've seen him have some upside games this year, but the dart throws at guard position tonight, I'm not like super excited about, honestly. Then moving down to forward, we got Marvin Bagley, who, kind of mentioned a little bit before, 1.75. Some of those other big guys don't play. He might get a couple extra minutes. If he's doing something, it might pay off, but not a guy I'm like super excited about. Then Chumo Kiki at 1.75. Obviously, his multiplier keeps going down a little bit, but in that starting lineup, once again, if he can do a little bit of something, today it's more dart throws. Like, it's not guys that are guaranteed. It's not like super ones. It's not like Dennis Smith Jr. yesterday where he's a 2 multiplier. We know he's going to probably get 50 points after the multiplier. So he's definitely a play. Maxi Kleber, if he gets some blocks, he hits some threes, he could definitely be in play once again. I did throw Lamar Stevens down there as well, just a 2x multiplier. He's coming off the career high in his game, so it's probably point chasey, but if he does well again, he could pay off at 2x multiplier. Then for centers, there's just the 2 that are listed there. Robin Lopez, who is starting tonight at 1.8 multiplier, could definitely be in play once again. And then Dwight Powell, he's just always there. Like, he's a 2 multiplier, but you're just banking on him getting 28 minutes and scoring like 25 fantasy points, which he hasn't done a lot of this year. So it's really a dart throw. You're just hoping you get like lucky on a game.
Robin Lopez, baby. Firing him up.
Yeah. He looks so funny now because like he used to have like the big like kind of fro like running down the court and stuff, but now you put like a girly hairband on.
It's not even like a fro though. It's like, it's just really, it's like tight curls, not really a fro. It's like they're like
a Jew fro.
Well, I think he's from like the Dominican or something. I don't think he's Mexican. I
don't know where they're from exactly, but yeah, it's interesting.
I know that fro is crazy. And you're right too. It's like that loose, like tight curls where they're just like, slow. Like a fro usually is just like, it's like a white people fro. That's what it is.
It's a Jew fro. That's what it is. But like, no, it's just weird because you always so used to him, like with it like up, and then like now he's got like it like in a hair tie type thing.
Yeah, didn't he? He always would wear like the band, right?
No, he didn't. He didn't used to, but now he's starting to do it. Like, I don't know if he just started this year or not.
I thought he would wear the headband because, like, to keep most people that have long hair usually wear.
He kind of had a headband when he was with Portland for a little while, but like just under it. But now it's like, like man bunned it up. It just looks weird now. Like you see him on the court and you're like, who's that guy? Oh, that's Robin Lopez.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
let's get into making some lineups, dude. Yep. Let's get into making some lineups.
So let's see. We have 2 more starting lineups. So we had the Toronto Raptors with Fred VanVleet, OG Anunoby, Scotty Barnes, Pascal Siakam, and Kem Birch. So they're playing pretty big tonight. OG's starting at the 2 spot. I guess you can call him the 2 spot there. But then the Pistons are Killian Hayes, Cade Cunningham, Hamidou Diallo, Sadiq Bey, and Isaiah Stewart. So the exact same thing that we've been looking at for a long time. So we pretty much have all the lineups for the 7 o'clock Eastern time games besides the Pacers and the Hornets. The Hornets one should be pretty standard with LaMelo Ball, Terry Rozier, Gordy Hayward, Miles Bridges, and Mason Plumlee. The Pacers one, we know probably 4 of the starters with Karis LeVert, Justin Holiday, DeMontis Sabonis, and Miles Turner. So it's just that 5th starter that we're looking for tonight. Maybe that's a value, maybe it's not.
What? Wrong buttons.
So I wonder, with the Raptors too, like last game, Chris Boucher didn't start, but then he ended up playing like 30-some minutes off the bench. But they got Barnes back now, so I don't think he's going to be there. I almost put him down as a dart throw earlier in the day, but I'm just like, we'll see what it looks like closer to lock.
Barnesy.
Yeah, I would not play Scotty Barnes tonight. I wouldn't be surprised if he's
been around for a while, hasn't he?
No, he's a rookie.
Oh, who was that Barnes that used to be around?
Matt Barnes.
He played for Cleveland.
Oh, God, I don't even know. Matt Barnes played for like everywhere though.
It was a long time ago. I'm talking about like when LeBron and shit was there.
Yeah, I don't think Matt Barnes was on that team, but yeah, Matt Barnes is the. Was it him that's was it him that's
and always be like Barnesy all the time. I can't remember who it was though.
I can't remember if it was Matt Barnes that slept with Derek Fisher's wife, or Derek Fisher that slept with Matt Barnes' wife. They were like getting divorced. Like they were getting divorced anyways, but then like because the one like found out and then like they went to like go beat the crap out of the other one. I think it was Fisher. Like they went after Matt Barnes though. I can't remember though. It's been a couple years.
All right, y'all. We're gonna set a lineup, and obviously, we want to get y'all involved.
Yep. So anybody that's out there, we got the Pacers starting lineup too. So they are starting Kiefer Sykes as the 5th guy. So Sykes, LeVert, Holiday, Sabonis, and Turner. So Kiefer Sykes, if you want to dart throw him, you can do it. Not sure it's going to pay off, but he looks like a better dart throw than some of these other guys now.
So let's see. Let's get into some guards. If you guys have any suggestions on guards, I am all ears. Obviously. Oh, by the way, last night I want to let you guys know that the lineup that you guys set did hit. It wasn't huge money, but I think it was $3, so it did hit.
$3 is better than no money.
Well, on a dollar slate, that's pretty good. You made $2
so I'm looking. I'm just trying to see how much Kiefer Sykes is on all the sites.
Sykes.
So he's not really like a great play on FanDuel and DraftKings. Then on SuperDraft, I wonder if he's still 1.85.
I don't know. There's something about me saying like I should play Chris Paul. I've just been all day. It's just been in my head.
I don't know. Like he's just been kind of down lately. Like if he doesn't have like, so like if he doesn't get 12 assists, like he's just not been good lately. Like I don't know how to explain it.
He had 6 shots. I mean, he made 6 field goals.
Yeah.
Where's his assists? He had 12, 10.
But if you look at the games where he has like less than like 12 assists, he hasn't been doing much.
You're right.
Kiefer Sykes. Kiefer Sykes is a 2x multiplier tonight. I'm not convinced he plays big minutes though, because I think LeVert's just going to handle most of the point guard duty. Like the fact that Sykes is starting is good, but like if he could play like 26 minutes and just not be that good either. Like you're still playing with LeVert, you're still playing with Sabonis, you're still playing with Turner. Like Holiday's not going to do anything, but watch this be their one random Drew or Justin Holiday today.
Yeah,
I want all three of the brothers to play on the same team together.
Drew and Justin. Who's the other one?
Aaron Holiday.
I like Drew Holiday.
Yeah, so
he shoots threes.
So Justin Holiday and Aaron Holiday, they were both on the Pacers last year. So there was one game where they all three played in the same game, but not on the same team. But now Aaron Holiday's on the Wizards, and then obviously Justin's on the Pacers still, and then Drew's obviously on the Bucks. Do it. So I think we just don't have the Hornets.
I think I'm going to fire up Van Vliet.
Yeah, so the Hornets lineup is still LaMelo Ball, Terry Rozier, Gordon Hayward, and Miles Bridges, Mason Plumlee. So standard. I wonder if they play. Like, there's going to be some random game this year where they just play Mason Plumlee like more minutes. I don't know when it's going to be though, but is it tonight against Robin Lopez? Probably not, but
we're firing Lopez up though.
Yeah. I
mean, you can't not, right? I mean, his
multiplier
obviously went, down.
Yeah.
Or up, I should say.
Yeah.
I mean, I like Allen too, but I don't think it's safe as with the multiplier,
I know you got have a short memory with DFS, but Allen in that last game was just like, you're playing against 6'6" guys and you still wouldn't get enough rebounds. Like that looked like a smash bet too on the rebounds, and then you only got 6 or 7 that game. Yeah, but I mean, even with Robin Lopez, if he gets 30 points at 1.8, he still have 54, which is one of the better center plays on the entire slate.
No, I agree 100%. I agree.
Mm-hmm. Because I mean, Joel Embiid has to get 54 or more to get beat him, which he does probably 70% of the time, but you can play Embiid at forward too for some dumb reason. I don't know why. Why is he power forward eligible?
I don't know, but and then why isn't Cat?
Well, it's just some of the eligibility is kind of weird. So it's
I feel like Cat should be a power forward eligibility.
Al Horford should be because he actually starts at power forward.
Yeah, I don't know.
But he's only center.
I'm gonna have to mention that. We do have access to that, so
Yeah, but I mean, every site. So it's not just SuperDraft. There's FanDuel and DraftKings and stuff. Like sometimes the positionality doesn't always make sense to what happens in real life.
Second Take Extra says over under. He says for Jaylen Brown over under 23.5 points.
So my first instinct would be to say to.
And we're gonna start him in the lineup.
Yeah. So my first instinct with Jaylen Brown would be to say over, just because he's averaging like 29 points a game in January. But I'll take a look here a little bit more. Then he said thoughts on Kleber as a dart throw. So Kleber's just always a dart throw. Like sometimes he pays off, sometimes he doesn't pay off. Like if he hits his threes, if he gets a couple blocks, he's probably going to do pretty well. They've been playing him more at the 5 though, so that's nice to see. At least like it kills the value of Dwight Powell as a dart throw, but it's nice to see them kind of spreading the floor, trying to shoot more threes at least. So if he's playing the 5, more rim protector role, has more chances to block some shots. So I don't hate him. Like he's always just a guy that's there, but he's probably only going to pay off like 30% of the time.
What do you think about Zach LaVine tonight?
I don't like LaVine. He's just been so bad lately. So let's see. So we're under Jaylen Brown, 23.5 point over under. He has been over that 3 out of the last 5 games. Last game was 34-26. He had 22 and 16 in there as well, and then it was 30 before that. I mean, I probably take the over just because I think Thibault's on Tatum anyways.
All right, let's see.
So where are you at in the lineup now?
So I think I'm forwards. I got one more forward to play.
Here, let me make my screen bigger again. So you got Jaylen Brown, Joel Embiid, Robin Lopez at center.
Fire up Siakam if you want to.
I just think Siakam's so safe. Like, and they're playing Detroit. Like,
what about Jimmy Buckets?
First game back. It's just hard.
Yeah.
Because, like, there's a lot of risk there. Because it's like, what if they don't play in big minutes? What if he steps on somebody's foot and rolls his ankle again or aggravates it? It's just, I like to see him play a couple games, and his multiplier has pretty much been at 1.15 all year. So there's going to be like other slates we can play him on. It's not like I'm burning a hole in my pocket to play him. And I think, he's a big enough name that people are still going to play him. So it's not like his ownership's going to be 2% or anything like that. Heck, even some of the games he was out, people were still playing him.
All right.
That's why it's important to check news.
Guards in here. Who do we play at guard?
Let's see. Let me go back. I gotta scroll back over here. Guards. I feel like there's a decent amount of guards I like tonight. So
I'm playing Terry, dude. I'm playing Terry.
Yeah.
And quit saying he's been consistent. At 1.4, at 1.4, you're over 50 points. I'm good with that. I'm happy with that.
I never trust him. Let's put it that way. I can't. When Terry Rozier gets hot and I play him in a game, then he dies off again for like the next week. I like DeJounte Murray at 1.1. Yeah, you're kind of off Ja Morant at 1.1. But I think the thing too is I think more people will play Morant than play Murray, and there's Murray came off an 82-point game, but I don't think a lot of people are point chasing him.
I think I want to put this one on my $3 play.
I mean, I still like Cole Anthony at 1.3, because even early, all these guys are I shouldn't say all these guys because the big guys are still gone, but Jalen Suggs and Franz Wagner are healthy or supposedly healthy at this point in time. But we still saw at the beginning of the year, Cole Anthony put up 50-point performances with those guys healthy. So if he gets 50 times 1.3, we're looking at 65 there. So I'm not saying he's going to get 50, but if he gets 40, even I'm still happy. But so I like him quite a bit. I like Dennis Schroeder though too at 1.65.
Oh yeah, it's forward, right?
No, he's a guard.
Just shooting. Let's see. Come on, work.
The worst part, like the last time Schroeder, or like that last game, Marcus Smart missed and Schroeder played, and he only had like 2 or 3 assists too. It was kind of weird. So I'm like, it should get better. Like he should have a better night statistically. Let's see. So Kevin Herter is upgraded to probably.
Can I play Schroeder and Tatum together?
You can.
Or I mean Brown. I want to play Brown. I think I'd rather.
Yeah, I probably play Brown with him because I feel like I don't have a problem playing Tate and Schroeder together, but they probably hurt each other more than. Is tonight going to be the game Al Horford actually does something? That's the real question.
Al Horford.
He was so good at the beginning of the year too. Like that's the worst part. Like
I got a lot of Hayward.
You got a lot of Hayward?
Yeah.
And weren't you just talking about how you didn't want Hayward? Let's see. But Kevin Herter was upgraded to probable now, so he's likely to play tonight. Probably won't. I don't think he starts, but he probably makes everybody else. He makes
grown man cry.
Nah, I mean, like he doesn't hurt Trae Young. He might hurt Bogdanovich a little bit. He probably hurts DeAndre Hunter a little bit. Like now you're kind of getting to the point with the Hawks. It's like, because the Hawks have been terrible. So it's like, do you want offense on the court or do you want defense? Because that's what it's going to come down with Herter and Hunter. But I guess they don't have Clint Capella, so they could always go small and play Collins at the 5, Hunter at the 4, and then Herter at the 3. That's something they can do too if they want to just play offense and then just have Hunter. I don't know. DeAndre Hunter is just such a disappointment. Like he's so good at, like he's really good at Virginia, but like he just never got better. But I mean, like you probably expected that because he was like a 3 or 4 year player at Virginia. So like a lot of times those guys just don't get better, or marginally better at least. You know what I mean?
Come on, load.
You're up against the bell now.
I'm up against the freaking how slow my computer is.
The clock. The bell, clock, same thing, right? We didn't have nobody up in here telling us who to play this tonight. So Jalen Johnson did get ruled out for the Hawks as well. He probably wasn't going to be in the rotation either way, though. Let's see.
Do not do that to me.
This is an interesting slate, though. I'm not like super in love with it, though.
Okay. Woo, dude! I just beat that.
Yeah, it just turned on my computer now too. Yeah, but I think it's a really interesting slate tonight. I don't think it's a little bit better on SuperDraft than it is like on DraftKings and FanDuel tonight. Because on DraftKings and FanDuel, it's like, especially DraftKings, like tonight, I look at like the slate and I'm like, there's like no value.
All right, what's tomorrow? Let's talk about. I mean, if you want, hold on. You can talk some prize pick stuff. If you want to talk some prop bets, you can. I mean, we got some people.
So I don't think it's like that good of a night for prop bets either, though. Like I was looking earlier, it's been really tight lately for prop bets. So I was like, let's see, second take extra says like Buddy. So I assume that's Buddy Hield. God, Buddy Hield's just like, he's such a frustrating player because like he'll have really good games and then just die the next game too. Yeah, so he said Mobley
10 minutes to get prize picks in.
Yeah, so Mobley is Mobley's one of those guys that's kind of always in play. Like if he has a good night, he's going to pay off. If he doesn't, it's probably not going to kill you, but it's probably not going to help you either. And then he said Collins, I don't know Clint's status. Well, Clint Capella is out. He's been out all day. And I think like kind of I was mentioning, if they play, God, who they play again? Like, can they realistically play Collins at the 5 more often tonight? They play the Heat. I mean, it's not like Yurt 7's talented by any means. He gets rebound. Like, he's big, but he's not like super talented. Like, they could just put Collins at the 5 and run Yurt 7 or Demon off the court too. It's definitely possible. So I mean, I don't hate Collins. I don't even know what his multiplier is. I think it was just a little too low for me. I think it was like 1.3 or so, but he's definitely capable of having some upside games. It's just these Hawks guys, like all their players have been terrible lately. Like they're probably the most disappointing team in the league at this point. I mean, like the Lakers are probably up there too, just because they have all the star power, but Anthony Davis has been out and everything too. But like the Hawks, they were a pretty good playoff team last year. They started off really slow last year though too, and then their head coach got fired, then Nate McMillan took over and they really took off. But like they're 17-23 like right now. They're not gonna be in the playoffs if they keep this up. But I don't know. Like, because Trae Young's been like okay at times, but he's never been like great this year. Bogdanovich has been like hurt so much. Collins has been so up and down. Capella, they're just like we're not gonna play you enough anymore either. And then he's out now, obviously. So they're a weird team. It's like they should be way better than they actually are, but they're not.
Tomorrow's slate for football is gonna be crazy.
So let's see. I'm gonna look at some props now. So Jason Tatum was 23.5. That's not like a one I'm betting. Joel Embiid, he's 28.5 points on Prize Picks for his over under. He scored 31 points exactly the last 5 games. So that doesn't look too bad, like unless Cantor gets in his head. Jaylen Brown, we already talked about. Let's see, Tobias Harris, not worth betting there. God, Al Horford 7.5 points, but he's hit the under most times, but he had 8 the last time out. Seth Curry, don't want to bet on him. Robert Williams, don't want to bet on him. Maxey, don't want to bet on. Remember last time out when we were talking about Maxey having 10 points like right away in the beginning of the game too? He finished with 10 points.
Yeah. That's what hurt me last night with who was the center I played last night? Shit.
Did you play Jokic?
Yeah, where he had 30 points at the half, and he finished with in SuperDraft, 30 points.
He finished with like 46,
44.
Yeah, but the game was a massive. He literally lost 8. He lost 8 minutes of playing time in that game because of the blowout.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Hold on, we got the Bulls starting lineup too. So the Bulls are starting. So it's the same lineup as always, pretty much, except Derrick Jones Jr. So it's Lonzo Ball, Zach LaVine, DeMar DeRozan, Troy Brown Jr., and Vucevic. So Brown, I don't even know what his multiplier is on SuperDraft, but I mean, he probably only plays like 24 minutes max anyways. So he had that crazy game a couple games ago, though. Hold on. I'm just typing this up real quick.
So if you look at the SuperDraft for tomorrow,
not you talking NFL or what?
Yeah, NFL.
Yeah, I have not.
I don't know. I mean,
so let's see. I was just getting that Bulls lineup in real quick. Trying to look at Prize Picks. So Dennis Schroeder, he is 13.5 points on Prize Picks. He's probably pretty similar on some other sites. I mean, he's a decent bet at betting the over against the 76ers. Not that anybody plays defense in the NBA anyways, but Tyrese Maxey's not a great defender. I guess Shake Milton's still hurt too, or out. I was gonna say Shake Milton's an awful defender. But Matisse Thybulle, his points is 5.5. Sounds so sad, but he's hit the over like 4 out of the last 5 games, just not the last game. Devin Booker, I'm just looking through these. There's just not that much that stands out. Like Dennis Schroeder is looking like one of the best ones. Joel Embiid, the over on the points, because he's just kept on doing it. Karis LeVert's at 17.5. There is no Brogdon, but I mean Brogdon only played a little bit last time. If he plays 30 minutes, he probably gets there. God, what's the assist on LeVert? Because that might be something to bet is the assist prop on Karis LeVert because Brogdon's out, obviously. So the assist for LeVert, 4.5 assists. So if that's it on most prop sites, that would be something to bet. Karis LeVert over 4.5 assists. But if you're doing it, you got about 3.5 minutes.
Good bet.
Yeah. Just because he's gonna probably get more assists tonight. Let's see who else is on here. There's just not like a lot of great ones that I'm super excited about. Let's see. Siakam for 21 points. I feel like that's a good over too. But he's only done it 3 out of the last 5 games. But it's against Detroit, so he should get that. What's the rebounding prop on Isaiah Stewart? I mean, if you want to bring NFL up too, real quick.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna bring that. You can keep talking basketball. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm loving listening.
No, I'm looking at the props still. It's like, it's DeAndre Ayton at 9.5 rebounds. Yeah, it's not that good. It looked better on pay. Like, I'm like, in my mind, that sounds pretty good, but in reality, it wasn't that great.
The only way to go here for sure is Burrow.
So let's see. Isaiah Stewart, 7.5. Oh, that's kind of risky. Miles Bridges at 7 rebounds. That feels high, but he's actually hit it 4 out of the last 5 times. Like some of these ones you just look at and it's like it sounds high. Robin Lopez at 7.5 rebounds. That's a pretty easy over too. But you got 2 minutes to get in if you're going to do it. I keep seeing the Kevon Looney one at 7.5. I'm like, it's just right there, but it screwed me over the one time. I'm like, I can't do it. Oh crap! I'm gonna do. I gotta put mine in real quick. I'm gonna put Robin Lopez and Karis LeVert in real quick because I actually like both those. I'm like, there's not that many props, and then I'm like talking about it, and I'm like, oh, it's not that bad. So I got the over on Robin Lopez rebounds, over on Karis LeVert's assist. Just gonna put like $10 on that. Nothing crazy. Yeah, I don't know. There's just not that much right now. Let's see. Status note: Rajon Rondo has been ruled out for Friday. So if you want to put Darius Garland in your lineup, that's perfectly acceptable, as he should look a little better tonight. Oh, let's see.
I'm gonna load up on Bengals.
Oh. Let me take a look at that real quick.
Because I mean, for running backs, so with running backs, I'm just going to attack the Buffalo and New England game because that's what's probably going to be, is a bunch of running.
I just hate playing Singletary.
Why? He's been so consistent. The last couple of games has just
he's
been
just
him.
Gonna fall, like, I don't know. I just don't like Singletary, and he's gonna fall off like terribly at some point, you know.
Dude, it took him a couple of years, but you know he's breaking out late.
Yeah, I don't trust it though. I really think he's gonna fumble. Like, he's just gonna fumble and get benched like at some point though, because that's just like his biggest issue is fumbling.
Put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby.
Let's see. I like Derek Carr at 1.3. I mean, like, you can look at Carr, Burrow, and Allen are probably going to be if you want to get real different, you play Mac Jones. I don't think a lot of people are going to play Mac Jones.
I wouldn't play him either, and I would not play Carr either because he's good for 15 points maybe.
Yeah. I just have a feeling Derek Carr's going to have a good game. That's all.
I'm firing up Gabe.
I think Joe Mixon looks interesting, even though he's only on 1 multiplier, because he had a really good game against the Raiders the first time this year. Damon Harris is 1.2. He looks good too. Josh Jacobs has actually done really well lately.
Firing up Waller. Are we firing up Waller?
Maybe. Let's see. God, running back sucks.
Did he play last week? I don't remember.
Yeah, he played. God, running back sucks. It's like you have to play like 2 out of 3 of Mixon, Harris, and Jacobs. Yeah, you got Singletary, but I'm just not super excited about Singletary. I think too many people are going to play him, so I'd just rather not.
I mean,
there's not many choices either way, but
I'm probably going to throw in. I mean, I'm going to probably have a shit ton of Bengals.
I'm not
multiplier. I think here. I know Vegas.
I'm not gonna lie.
Still win. I know it could still potentially happen, but I'm still not going to play a shit ton of. I mean, I still think it could be. Burrow could still fucking sling it.
I'll probably get weird with mine. I don't think so. I think Jamar Chase is going to be super popular. I don't think I'm going to play. I don't even think I'm going to play Jamar Chase.
No shit. He's going to be super popular. That is why.
Yeah, but I mean, he's going against Casey Hayward too. So
Well, then we do hit. Then we just go with Higgins.
Yeah, I'm playing a shit up. I'm playing all the Higgins.
Then fine.
No, but like I think so. Like for me, when I'm looking at wide receivers, I think I'm probably going to end up playing Hunter Renfrow, T Higgins, and then like the last one's a question mark for me
I
at
thought
least.
I had Renfrow in here. Yeah,
But
I want Gabe Davis just for So I'm going Higgins, Renfrow, and
for the
Gabe
multiplier,
Davis. Yeah, multiplier. All he has to do is catch a touchdown. That's all I want.
yeah. But God, what's his multiplier? I
1.7.
literally saw his name and now I can't find him.
1.7.
Yeah. I wonder if you just if you want to get really different, you could probably play Emmanuel Sanders at 1.6 because supposedly he's healthy now and I don't think anybody's gonna play him.
Yeah, I mean,
I like Cole Beasley at 1.55, but we'll see. He just hasn't been playing as much lately.
correct.
But
So
like
do we take Knox? Do we take Waller? I mean, I don't like anybody really else.
I'm probably gonna play Carr, so I'm probably gonna play Renfrow and Waller. So that's just me. But
yeah, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do Waller.
God,
go mix then. That's
and it just sucks because it's like it's Waller. You're like praying Knox gets a touchdown. Knox he's not really been that good lately.
No, you're
like
right.
The last 6 or 7 games.
This is the lineup I'm going with right here.
So, what you got?
So I went with Joe Burrow at quarterback. Then I went Damian Harris at running back. Devin Singletary at running back. Then I went T. Higgins, Hunter Renfrow, and then I went Gabe Davis as my dart throw. And then I went Darren Waller, and then Joe Mixon is going to be my flex.
Yeah, so what mine probably will end up being is going to be Derek Carr, like Damian Harris, Joe Mixon, T. Higgins, Hunter Renfrow. My last wide receiver spot, I'm probably debating Darren Waller, and then like my flex spot, I'll probably debate as well. So that'll be my core at least. But it's an interesting slate.
So I was looking at Kendrick Bourne, but he has not done well at all against the Bills.
So all he's good for, like,
yeah,
it's so weird. It's so weird because they brought Nelson Aguilar in to be like the deep threat, and Kendrick Bourne's been the deep threat. Like if he catches a long touchdown, he pays off. If he doesn't, he's just terrible. Like Ramondre is interesting just because like
I can see them playing both running backs, but I mean he didn't do well versus the Bills. He did okay both times. I'm pretty sure. I'm right.
Well, the first time he was a little bit better just because Damian got hurt, but
where's the Bills? I know they played close together here. Oh, he didn't play. He only played one game. He was out, I think.
Oh, he was out for the second one then.
Yep. Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
that must have been the week he had COVID.
Yep, it was because I think they brought in.
That is that was
and Bolden. I like Bolden because, dude, I have Bolden's rookie card auto.
Yeah, like dudes. I just love that. I like that. I root for like special teams players like that. No, it's just like this dude that's been in the league for 8 years, just playing special teams essentially. But then but he's one of those guys. It's like whenever he gets a chance, he kind of does a little bit of something. Like obviously they trust him. Yeah, that was a while ago.
My lineup. I think I'm gonna roll with this lineup.
Yeah, I'll set mine tonight, but yeah, I think I'm probably gonna end up going with Derek Carr, Joe Mixon, Damian Harris, T. Higgins, Hunter Renfrow, blank spot at wide receiver, Darren Waller, blank spot at flex spot. So I got 2 decisions to make essentially.
Let's see what else is happening here. I just want to see one thing that we can get out of here.
Yep. Oh, what was I doing? I'm losing my mind. Yeah, so Jimmy Butler is in now.
Jimmy Buckets.
Probably tell people. So he's either going to come out and score like 30 fantasy points, or he's going to come out and score 60. There's no in between. Just like, I don't know if there. Let me look at Twitter just to see if there's like anything on a minutes limit or whatnot on. Because it's like they could come out and say like, yeah, he's only going to play 28 minutes or something too. Just makes all the other Heat guys worse. Like it makes the Heat. Can we like what the Heat are doing this year is crazy though. Like they have the second. I think they have the second or third best record in the East, right? And they played like half the year without Jimmy Butler. They played like half the year without Bam Adebayo. They played like they've gone through more COVID than pretty much every other team.
What? What the hell? Why is it putting me on the strategy screen?
That's so that's gonna be good for like when they get closer to the playoffs and stuff, because all these guys have more experience and whatnot.
What's going on here?
Somebody's thing I think says, I would like to live in an alternate universe where Jimmy Butler is still in the Sixers and Tobias Harris is not. Probably. Yeah, but Bam Adebayo, he's supposed to be coming back on Monday. Seems like he's been out for forever, but I guess it was supposed to be like 6 weeks or anyways. Is there any minutes limit on Jimmy? I have not seen any. None of these things say minutes limits. So
so far, this was the best lineup. So far, obviously, we know some players aren't playing yet.
Yep.
Damn, Tatum's off to a good start.
Yeah. I mean,
let
me look real quick at these games. It's kind of interesting to have 4 games starting right at 7 o'clock. That's usually not the case.
After you talk about what you need to talk about, we're gonna get out of here because I gotta go cook some. I don't know if you like shrimp, but I'm making shrimp Alfredo.
I don't. But I was gonna make some chorizo pasta myself, but but now I'm filling in on another podcast at 8, so probably gonna just have some leftovers and make chorizo pasta tomorrow.
Yeah, that sounds good. What kind of sauce do you make? So you make your own sauce, or do you just use a white sauce? Or
it's because like I was looking up the recipe last night. I spent like 20-30 minutes looking it up because I made like this one like it's probably almost 2 years ago now, and it was really good. But then like all these other ones want like heavy whipping cream or whatever. I'm like, this ain't it. So I found one that was like really close, but like I don't even know how to describe it. Like you take like this oil, so you take like olive oil, a couple of eggs, and like Parmesan cheese, mix it up. But I could have swore the one before like had garlic in it too in that mixture.
I love fresh garlic, dude.
Yeah.
So I was like, I need garlic, and like anytime I make pasta, it's gotta have garlic in it. I used to live in Italy, so like all that shit's like so fresh.
Been all over.
I have been.
LaMelo Ball's got 7 points.
What?
Let's see. LaMelo.
I know.
Pacers called a timeout already. What? So let's see. The Suns. Aiden has 6 points and Booker has 6 points, and nobody else has scored. Bonus. I don't know. There's nothing exciting so far, like in these games. They're all like halfway through the first quarter, though. Tatum's got 5. Al Horford's got 5 points. Maybe this is the Al Horford game.
Yeah, that's where he's going to finish at.
And Jaylen Brown has not shot the ball yet.
That's okay. It's early.
Yeah, 6 minutes in. Should have bet the over on Matisse Thybulle. He's already had 2 points.
Damn. What's up, Anthony? Yeah, it is 4:20 if you're on the if you're in California, or if you're in Oregon, or if you're
Joel Embiid's got it. He shot 4 free throws already too. So does that mean somebody in foul trouble? No. I was like, maybe he got Robert Williams in foul trouble. That'd be good. Then you really would have the Al Horford game, or Cantor. No, actually, that'd be worse for Joel Embiid if he gets Robert Williams in foul trouble. Then he's got Cantor, which is so funny to say, just because Cantor's such a terrible defender. But he just gets in Embiid's head like.
That's the best thing about defense, dude. That's the reason I love Jalen Ramsey. It's just because he talks so much shit at the line, and people get so mad.
Yeah,
so everyone hates Ramsey because he's such a dick, but that's the reason I like him.
Yeah, well, him and like CJ Gardner and Johnson's that way too. Like, but the dude's been punched like 4 times by in like game. Well, 3 in a game and 1 by Michael Thomas in practice.
You're
Like, it's
not
pretty
doing your
bad.
job. That's somebody swinging on you. I feel that's the way you should be as a defender.
Yeah. So he said Memphis on a winning streak. Memphis has been, they've been crazy. They're winning
Yeah,
a
they're
lot of
doing
games this year, but they've had one of the easiest schedules in the entire NBA though. So it's like they're 30-14 right now, which is one of the better records, but it's like we'll see what they do down the stretch when they play the better teams at least. Because they played all their easy games early this year. I don't know. Get out of here though.
All right, boss. Tell them where to find you.
Yep. So you can find me on Twitter at Coach Craig Sport, on YouTube at Coach Craig Sports, patreon.com/Coach Craig Sports for some football stuff over there. Some, the snap count spreadsheets, the matchup sheet that I have, some NFL draft prospect stuff that's going to get rolling here pretty quickly. And then tonight, if you're into NFL DFS, you want to check out on the TNFF. I'm not sure if I said 2 Fs. There are 3. So TNFF network. I'll be on with the Sons of Dynasty over there at 2 or I can't talk at all right now. I'll be over there at 8:00 Central Time, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. We're going over the Monday through or Saturday through Monday. I'm backwards right now. Saturday through Monday. And for the NFL slate. Hopefully I can talk better.
What about your morning show?
Oh, well, that's on the YouTube channel.
Make sure you guys tune into that show because he talks about injuries. He talks about everything that you need to know, especially if you do play other DFS sites. It is very helpful. Very.
And like I said, even if you just tune in and watch the 3 minutes for the injury part, then you already know the injuries there in play for the day. And then when we come on here, we go over the rest of them that popped up throughout the day anyways. And then even if you click on it before you come over here, watch the injury thing for 3 minutes and then go down through the comments. It has like every single injury update, like too. It's helpful. It's hard to keep track of all this stuff too some days.
Mm-hmm. Especially when the slates are so big. Let's see here. Got a comment.
We barely missed the other night.
So that's the thing is like when we're on here too is like, so the lineup that you guys did set, it did hit. We didn't miss. It hit. I'll post that shit up later.
Well, I'm not sure which night Anthony's talking about either. It could have been like the.
Oh yeah, Conley.
Yeah, Mike Conley's like a guy I don't like playing on SuperDraft just because he's an play. Like he's gonna get you 28 points most nights. He's got like a 1.5 or 1.55 multiplier. It's just like most of the time he ain't gonna get there. A couple times during the year it will.
What's up, Nick? What's going on, brother? Said this one is going to be good this week. What do you mean this one? This one what? Everything's going to be good when you're hanging out.
Could be NFL, it could be NBA, it could be tonight.
All sports are great. All things are great when you're hanging out here with me and Craig. We're just here to kick it.
When I can talk at least.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. We're having a lot of fun.
Yeah, let's see. Nope, that's for tomorrow's game.
$4 one. I don't
okay. Probably a couple of days ago.
Hey man, condolences, Nick. Condolences. Yeah, hey, you got to get in some of these NBA ones. So like, oh yeah. So yeah, we do this show, every day, same time. There's some days that it switches off. Sometimes on Tuesdays. I think Thursdays too randomly.
Yeah. So some games it's some days it's a half hour later. Tomorrow's still at 5 o'clock. Sunday might be a little bit earlier. Just
make sure you guys have the notifications on because and I do tend to post the stuff too, so that you guys know that we're gonna be going live. So it just make sure you have those notifications on because we are talking every single day. We're doing this show, no matter what, rain or shine, or out here snow or fucking sleep.
Most days we could have weird things happen like internet not work and stuff too.
Yeah, we'll figure it out though. I got other ways to make it work. All right. Let's see. You guys can find me on YouTube, JC Money Design. Hopefully you're here hanging out on my page, or you're hanging out on Craig's page, or you're probably over on Hustler's page. But make sure you guys are at least subscribed onto our pages. Make sure you guys are giving these videos a like. Also, you can find me on Twitter. You can find me on Instagram, JC Money Design. Make sure you guys are following me because I am posting stuff on there. I am doing giveaways. There will be multiple things going on this year. We will be getting a Greg and I are going to talk about it later in the season here. We will be getting a listener league. I mean, we could actually probably get one of them halfway through the season here.
Yeah, definitely.
Start one up. But yeah, we'll start getting things going. We also will be doing some things in SuperDraft Pro where we're going to set up some competitions too, so we can get some things going. Be on the lookout for some merch. I'm going to be getting some merch going too. So yeah. See what we got here, and then we'll get out of here. So I don't touch NBA like the ball, double dribble. That's me. It comes to players. Hey, that's what we got Craig here for. My man Craig is like, he's on top of his shit every single day. That's why I brought him in here. I wanted to have a really, really good co-host that knows his shit about basketball. And Craig's the man. So if you want to learn some stuff and you want to win some money, I mean, not all the lineups that we set are going to hit money, but I mean, that's why we set like 3 or 4 of them, you know, at least one of them is going to hit, you know, and they have been. And the crazy thing is once we have more people in here, we can have you guys help us set lineups. That's what it makes it even more fun, because we did have a listener lineup last night that hit. And what was it, like 5 nights ago? I had one that was in top 20. So, and that paid out $15. So, and there was just one player off from being $200.
Yeah, I think, what was it, 2 nights ago I had the one that got 21st, that probably one player off from winning too. So
yeah, so I mean, this is a lot of fun, Nick, and we're here to help you guys. That's the point of us trying to do these shows, is to help you guys and to help you guys keep playing and doing these things, because it's a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
You're a couple of spots ahead of me. Damn, then I suck too. All right, so obviously you guys know where to find us.
Yep.
We're going to be back here tomorrow talking some basketball. Make sure you guys have your lineups in for football tomorrow. We just set one. I know Hustler and I will be on probably tomorrow morning at some point before the game starts. And obviously you're welcome to come on, Craig. I'll shoot you the link at least so you have it if you want to come on and kick it and talk or whatever. Bullshit. But yeah, I mean, that's what we do. I mean, it's just fun hanging out, talking sports. I mean, that's what it is. It's fun. Making money together and learning together. That's how we do it. And the best part about it is we got all these new platforms coming out, and I can't wait to get them. Tomorrow I'm going to get on Prize Picks, so then we can start talking Prize Picks, because I want to start doing that, bring that into the show too. So
yes, sir.
Let's get out of here. All right, everybody. Appreciate y'all. We both appreciate y'all. Thank you for the support. Make sure you're smashing the like button. Make sure you get subscribed. Make sure you get those notifications on. Peace.